Hey folks, it's Billy DKY, the truth seeker that simplifies and demystifies. This is going to be Conquering Social Anxiety, Application 6 of Falling Away at Growth, or FWG, however you want to say that. And this is the second video in this series, or this video information. So go to the first video, which I'll put a link right there, or a little bubble. You can click and go to the first one first, because you're not going to want to do that. Okay. Picking up on principle 4, attention. Also notice it is less about pleasing others and more about not annoying them. And a lot of times we get in trouble because we think we got to say what the people want to hear. And again, it's not about pleasing people, it's about not annoying them. So don't get confused on that. That was something I learned a long time ago, and it's very powerful. Just don't look to annoy people. Okay? Again, that is extremely powerful. Next point on attention. If it works, do it. If it doesn't work, quit doing it and pay attention so you can learn the difference. And again, we're focusing on long-term results. We're not focusing on, some quick pill or something to take. So learn to deal with it and you'll eventually conquer it. And pills and stuff like that, they're basically just going to give you a crutch, and eventually it may leave you too. But if you got to take it, take it. Okay, principle 5, question everything. Question your anxiety. Why am I nervous? Do I want something from this person? Because when you're wanting, then you get, like if you're a guy and you meet a girl and you're not into her, you don't get nervous around her because you don't want anything. But if you meet a girl that's like, oh my God, it's my soulmate and I love her, she's so beautiful, and you're just all nervous. So notice how your wanting is actually creating distance between what you want. Where if you wasn't nervous, you would get what you need and it wouldn't be a problem. So again, let go of the wanting. Here's some other questions you can ask yourself. Do you want to be liked? And again, if you're wanting something, you're going to be nervous. You want everybody to like you, it's going to put you on edge, and you're not going to be liked. You're going to be annoying, like I was saying before. And that's why people are like, man, he's cool, because you're not wanting, not putting off a bad vibe. When you're wanting, you're not cool. And there's another question. Do you want to be accepted? Do you want to be cool? Do you want a friend? Just question it. Why am I socially anxious? Are you judging yourself? Are you judging others? And that's a pretty big one. When you judge people, causes you pressure, because when you judge other people, then you're automatically judging yourself by the same degree that you judge others. And because we eat from the same bowl that it's like a meal. We're sitting at a table and it's like one big bowl. Whatever they're eating, you're eating it too. So again, try not to judge yourself and others too much, and it'll make social things go better too. Because people can feel when they're being judged. And when they feel they're being judged, it puts them off, and then that makes you more nervous because they can, because you can feel their nervousness, and it's a bad situation. Principle number 6, know your teacher. Reality, you aren't going to work out your anxiety through intellectualism. A lot of people want to read books and not practice, and it's the same way with the Mr. Method. If all you're going to do is read how to pick up chicks, that ain't going to help you. You got to actually get out there and do the work, do the field work. And again, that's the whole point about this. You got to get out there and actually do the field work to get over your ambitions or your social anxiety. And again, I can see people wanting to use, alcohol to kill that. The alcohol is not the way. It's a crutch. Okay, you're going to work it. You're going to work out your social anxiety and reality under those anxious circumstances. I would talk about. I went to a. Let's see here. I went to when I first hired on the company I was working with. They had a 101 program. We had everybody across the country that was hired on new during that period, and I was there. And they wanted in our table we had to get up and speak about something we'd talked and were singing and stuff. And I didn't want to do it because I was nervous. And I said, no, you got to get up. You're nervous. That's exactly why you got to do it. First I got up, I was nervous as hell. I was like, whew. And after I got done, I was like, oh man. Then the second time I said, I got to do it again. I'm still nervous. I did it again. I could tell it was getting better. Third time, I had that whole room rocking, man. And this is how good, everybody's like, man, you should be a comedian. You should do this. You should do that. And I went to the bathroom, and this is how good I had done. Guys in the bathroom was like, man, hey man, you should be a comedian. I'm like, man, and typically guys in the bathroom won't talk to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way it should be. But that's how good I rocked them. So my point is, if you'll face that anxiety, and man, it will put you on a new level. Deal with it. You're probably nervous because you're so aware of everything, and it makes you nervous. But turn that fear into a gift. Okay. Know your enemies, ego and pleasure. You need to realize social anxiety stems directly from fear, which stems directly from ego. Again, it's nothing but ego, manifestation. Deal with it, conquer ego in any direction you can get a hold of it, and you'll eventually pluck that social anxiety out. And again, pleasure amplifies those emotions. It's like pleasure's like being on a drug. Like if you're eating pleasurable foods, it makes you more, shaky and stuff. It makes you more amplified. So again, okay. Principle 8: seek harmony and peace. Exercise might help you burn off some of that excess energy, and I'm not saying obsess about exercise to burn off energy to where you point where you're dead. I'm just saying, maybe a mile walk before you're going to go do a social thing. Maybe they help burn off a little energy, sort of like dogs when they haven't been out all day. They're all keyed up, but after they walk a little, they burn off that initial hype. They're fine. So, try that maybe. If you're on medications and you're thinking about coming off of them, then follow the 9 principles to do so slowly, i.e. baby steps. Again, I'm not necessarily recommending that. However, I am recommending it. However, I'm not a doctor or a psychiatrist. You need to talk to them and talk about how you want to try to do it, which is following these principles, and do it if you want to. Principle 9: simplicity. The solution is simple. Just put yourself in small, social, anxious situations and deal with it. It's that simple. It's not hard. Next point on that: don't look for clever ways to avoid social anxious situations. Again, i.e. alcohol, drinking too much, then you get sloppy, stupid. You ain't helping your social situation at all, because the next time you go there, they're going, this guy's sloppy drunk, or he drinks too much, he got a problem, and that's going to make you feel even more socially anxious. So it's just a dead end. Avoid cleverness. Deal with it straight up, but in small ways. And again, give yourself years to conquer this. It ain't something you have to conquer today. Learn, again, use these principles on a daily basis or a weekly basis, and dealing with, if you just use these principles and everywhere in your life, the things you want to do, it'll eventually just all pluck out on its own. That's the whole point behind this, how amazing and beautiful it is. It seems like people don't really get it and say, damn, this is the way to really live an amazing life. Okay. What I've said is easy to understand, but not necessarily easy to conquer. People, you got to do the work. You got to actually deal with all the emotions. It takes time. It's like any other new skill that you've learned. It takes time to get good at it. If you wanted to play the guitar, it would take time before you got good at playing the guitar. It just takes time. But in time, you'd be amazing at playing the guitar, even if you didn't really want to play it. And it's the same way on this. You just got to put the time in and do the work. Summary: social anxiety is simply fear, which stems directly from ego, which I always say ego is one of your fundamental problems. And when I say ego, I'm talking about this sense of self. I'm not talking about Freud's, the id, the ego, the super conscious or whatever, super ego and all that BS. I don't care. I'm using the concept to help you understand so you can actually work on it. It's about doing the work, and that's what I'm talking about. I ain't getting caught up in the dumbass intellectualism that a lot of people want to get caught up in. It's about doing the work. Thinking is part of it, but it's only a part. I use it only as appropriate. To read more about the 9 universal principles of growth, you can visit the blog by clicking the first link in the information section of this video. I will also have a playlist of the applications of Following the Way of Growth, which there will be a bubble there. And until the next, let's see what else I have to say here. Okay. It's basically like this. You're just going to have to deal with it. There's no magic cure, and anytime you look for a magic cure, you're just asking for trouble. It's just going to cost you more money when all you really had to do is just deal with it. No, Billy D, you don't understand. You don't know all the science. You don't know all the research that people have done. I don't need to understand it. Once you understand reality at the highest possible level, at the deepest possible level, it's just backing into the details. That's all it is. That's what following the way of growth is. It all boils down to growth. Then you back into those 9 details, or the 9 principles. And then once you're in the 9 principles, you dig down deeper in each one of them to work on whatever specific issue you need. It's an absolutely amazing system. Again, it's humble. It doesn't assume it already knows, and you just work on it, and you learn. You work and you learn. You work and you learn. It's real simple. Do it. It'll work. Good luck. And I know your situation. Been there myself and still work with it. Social anxiety. We all have it at times. So until the next video, later folks.